What if I told you that most people aren't broken by the world, they're broken by themselves? Not because they weren't given the tools, but because they never built the mindset. We distract, we numb, we chase validation in a digital sea of faces we'll never meet. And yet, behind the screen, we crumble. Every scroll buries our focus. Every like feeds a hunger that never ends. And every comfort, every soft pillow, and easy out steals the sharp edge of who we're meant to be, the truth. Comfort isn't peace. It's a slow death. Meanwhile, ancient minds, men who lived through war, plague, exile, and betrayal, they weren't looking for peace. They were forging power. Stoicism isn't about being emotionless. It's about mastering the storm inside. When the world outside is on fire, Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Rome, once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." That's not motivation. That's instruction. Today, we're diving into 8 brutal Stoic laws, not for your comfort, but for your transformation. They will challenge you. Some may offend you, but all of them will shape you if you let them. If you're here just to feel good, this isn't the video. But if you're ready to rip off the mask, to train your mind like a soldier trains his sword, then lean in like this video. Comment the law that hits you hardest, and share this with someone who's lost their way. Now, let's begin. We've been sold the lie that if something feels bad, it must be wrong. But pain is not the enemy. Pain is the gatekeeper to growth. You don't build resilience in silence. You build it in storms. Think back. Your greatest evolution didn't come from the days you felt safe. It came from the days you didn't think you'd survive. The Stoics understood this better than anyone. They didn't fear discomfort, they scheduled it. Seneca, a Roman philosopher and advisor, would sleep on hard floors, eat stale bread, and wear the same ragged cloak for days. Not because he lacked wealth, but because he wanted to remind himself, if life strips me of everything, I will still endure. Discomfort is not a punishment, it's preparation. That cold shower, that tough conversation, that lonely grind with no applause, that's where the real warrior is being carved. The obstacle is the way, Marcus wrote. The wall in front of you isn't the end, it's your sharpening stone. From now on, stop running from discomfort. Run toward it, welcome it, and whisper, "Back, you're late. I've been training for you." Comment this now. Discomfort is where I grow. Have you ever noticed how quickly a good day turns bad? Just because someone looked at you the wrong way, or how easily one comment ruins your focus, poisons your energy, hijacks your peace. That's not just annoyance, that's surrender. You've handed your mind over to someone else's behavior, to circumstance, to chaos. And the Stoics would call that emotional slavery. Epictetus, once a literal slave, said it clearly. No man is free who is not master of himself. You can be rich, admired, powerful, but if your mood depends on things outside of you, you're still in chains. The world will always throw fire. People will insult you, betray you, disappoint you. It's not your job to stop the fire. It's your job to be fireproof. That doesn't mean ignoring emotions. It means feeling them fully, then deciding what to do with them. Because reaction is weakness. Response is power. A child reacts, a warrior pauses, observes, and chooses. Next time someone tries to push your buttons, ask yourself, am I a puppet or am I a force? The person who triggers you controls you. Take your power back, and remember, you don't owe anyone your peace, but you owe yourself your control. Comment this now. My emotions serve me. I don't serve them. You can't control how people treat you. You can't control the economy, the traffic, the algorithm, and yet, Most of our suffering comes from trying to. We obsess over outcomes, we stress over timing, we demand certainty. In a chaotic world, the Stoics would laugh, not to mock us, but to wake us up. Some things are up to us, some are not, wrote Epictetus. That's the line. If it's outside your control, let it burn. If it's inside your control, act with precision. Everything else, noise, worrying about what others think, comparing your journey, trying to control how life unfolds, its mental pollution. Can influence, you can prepare, but you can never guarantee. Peace begins the moment you draw the line and say, this is mine to carry, that is not. Control your thoughts, control your effort, control your values, and leave the rest to the storm. Comment this now. I release what I cannot control. Modern life hides death behind hospital curtains and polite silence. But the Stoics wore death like a badge on their chest. Memento mori, remember, you will die. Not to make life depressing, to make it urgent. When you realize that time is bleeding out of your hands every second, you stop wasting it on things that don't matter. You stop arguing over nonsense. You stop postponing your dreams. You stop needing everyone's approval. Start living like a man on fire. Seneca wrote, you act like mortals in all that you fear, and like immortals in all that you desire. Every moment you delay your purpose, you gamble with the only currency that truly exists, time. So ask yourself, if you died a year from today, what would you regret? Now go and do something about it. Comment this now. I live like my time is running out, because it is. Here's a truth most won't admit. Many of our actions aren't about meaning, they're about image. We want to be liked. We want to be praised. We want applause from strangers we'll never meet again. But that hunger, it's endless. And worse, it makes you a slave to masks. Marcus Aurelius, ruler of the most powerful empire, wrote in private, "It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own." Let that hit. If you compromise who you are just to be accepted, you don't belong anywhere, not even in your own skin. The Stoic doesn't seek approval. He seeks alignment between values and actions. Let others misunderstand you. Let them judge. Let them laugh, because at the end of your life, you won't be weighed by their applause. You'll be weighed by your integrity. Comment this now. I choose respect over popularity, especially self-respect. Talk is cheap, so is posting quotes, so is pretending to be wise online. The Stoics weren't loud, they were consistent. Epictetus said, "Don't explain your philosophy, embody it." That means your words mean nothing if your life doesn't echo them. You say you want discipline, but do you show up daily? You say you value truth, but do you lie to avoid discomfort? You say you're building something, but do you grind in silence or just broadcast the illusion? Real strength is quiet. It doesn't beg to be seen. It just is. When you walk into a room, your energy should say everything you never had to. So speak less, act more, build proof, not hype. Comment this now. I don't talk about who I am, I prove it. You don't have to suffer to grow, but you do have to choose discomfort intentionally, consistently. Seneca called this voluntary hardship. Why? Because waiting for life to test you is weakness. Training for it, that's power. Sleep without a pillow. Fast for a day. Turn off your phone for 24 hours. Run when your legs scream. Speak your truth when it terrifies you. Every time you willingly embrace difficulty, you shrink your fear of it. You begin to understand the worst thing isn't pain, it's unpreparedness. The Stoics weren't invincible, they were trained. So start small. Pick one hard thing a day and attack it. Do it on purpose and do it with purpose. Because when life finally tests you, You won't be surprised. You'll be ready. Comment this now. I choose difficulty, so life doesn't choose it for me. Most people wait for permission. They wait to be told what to do. They wait for signs, for motivation, for the right time. Like the Stoic, he commands himself. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." That's it. You don't need a guru. You don't need another podcast or another book. You need to rise. Rise before you're ready. Move before it makes sense. Speak before you feel brave. Lead yourself, because if you don't, the world will. And the world doesn't care about your soul. This law is brutal because it demands full responsibility. No more blaming, no more waiting. From today, you are your own commander. Comment this now. I lead myself. No more waiting. The world doesn't need more comfort seekers. It doesn't need more victims or more noise. It needs warriors. Still minds, quiet power. And that's what Stoicism builds, not through theory, but through trial. So now the mirror is in front of you. You've heard the 8 laws. What will you do with them? Will you scroll on, forget them, and return to the numbness? Or will you choose the harder path, the one that leads through fire, but ends in freedom? The Stoics didn't speak for applause. They spoke to awaken. And if even one part of you stirred during this video, that was your signal. You are not weak. You are just untrained. Now start training, like, comment. Share this with someone who's lost their edge. And remember this always. You can't control the storm, but you can become the storm.